Hello folks, good morning to each one of you, and always a pleasure to connect with you and talk with you about contemporary topics primarily focused on life and careers. And if that is something which is of interest to you, probably please consider subscribing, as this channel is all about a lot of information which is very useful from a practical point of view. Ghost jobs are back, and let us see how it is affecting us and what do we do to probably prevent us from wasting time, prevent ourselves from investing valuable time in chasing ghost jobs. First things first, what are ghost jobs, and why are they very important from a job seeker's point of view? You probably have to watch till the end to have an understanding of what exactly ghost jobs are all about, and how it impacts us, and how to probably prevent us from chasing ghost jobs. Ghost jobs are literally non-existent jobs. I mean, what is a ghost? A ghost literally is non-existent. So ghost jobs are non-existent jobs, and companies deliberately post non-existent jobs and solicit responses pointlessly. That exactly is ghost jobs. And we may wonder why the hell do companies do this? Yeah, there are a number of reasons for that. But before going to that, going into those reasons, a bit of statistic. Roughly, I think some surveys in the recent past, even in India and Asia Pacific region, indicate that anything between 20% to 60% of the jobs posted by any organization, or most of the organizations, are non-existent jobs. These jobs are just posted for one reason or the other, not really with the intention of hiring people. This again is uniform across. I mean, these numbers are valid for both the tech and the non-tech space. So, be it manufacturing, be it automotive, be it technology, whatever. I think ghost jobs are a reality, and yes, they are more probably the situation is more grave vis-a-vis the technology sector, primarily with the IT companies which hire in large volumes and who require a very strong talent pipeline. So first, why exactly do companies have to put ghost jobs? I think number of factors. First thing first, HR wants to kind of keep a talent pipeline built ready to use when they require a hiring. And so what happens is they might anticipate some position 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, and anticipating that position, they probably will just post a few jobs and see and gather resumes and put them in their talent management system, or the recruitment management system, RMS, or whatever they call it. And at that point in time, probably in that time horizon, it is just dead. I mean, they're just seeking applications. If they're leaving it there, when they will revive it, whether they'll really hire for that position or not, even they don't know, because they need HR budget sanctions. They need a word from the hiring managers. The functional teams have to approve those roles. So internally, the hiring process for those roles hasn't even started. So that is the kind of situation where the HR team or recruitment team is primarily worried about its own turnaround metrics, because see how they are measured. The recruitment teams in large organizations, the talent acquisition teams in large organizations are purely measured by the turnaround time to close any position, what they would call as a time to fill a position. So they cannot keep a time to fill a position as 90 days, 120 days. If there is a position, they probably would want to fill it in 15 days or 20 days maximum. And for that, they require to have one bunch of CVs. And it is this one bunch of CVs is what they're collecting by posting these fake jobs or non-existent jobs. Fake jobs may be a misnomer, but yes, from a candidate point of view, this is a fake job, because if I am going to apply for a job and not hear anything for 6 months, 1 year, then it is a fake job for me. I don't care what the company's objective is. I don't care what talent acquisition thought when they were posting the job. This is one reason, but there are probably a couple of other reasons also. Like, for example, if it is a listed company and the listed company has some parameters or metrics in the which is driving the stocks up in the stock market, the listed company, despite whatever be the market conditions, has to show some action in terms of the business landscape. And besides growth of the business, the other important measure which the people in the stock market, people in that particular external environment look at is this company hiring people? And to give that impression, irrespective of whether they hire people or not, they need to probably post tens and tens of jobs across all social media platforms uniformly, and they need to create an impression that they are on a hiring spree, their expansion is there, the geographies are expanding, things are all good with the organization. So these are the kind of external factors which drive again ghost jobs. That apart, maybe even a hiring manager might say that, yeah, we might anticipate somebody resigning. In case he resigns, we want somebody else. But what if that person doesn't resign? A lot of persons in key roles aren't really let go that easily. They probably are negotiated and retained. And without this information, there is no way that information is available to the hiring team or to the functional team or the recruitment team. So they post a job. So if you accumulate all of this, probably it'll lead to something like 30-40 jobs in any organization. So which means if an organization is posting about 100 jobs across social media platforms, 30 jobs of them are ghost jobs, and this is 1/3, and that is what surveys by independent hiring organizations or recruitment organizations show now. They say that every third job you apply for could be a ghost job. There is a huge amount of time spent chasing inappropriate things by someone as a candidate. If I am a candidate, forget what level I am. I can be at entry level, I can be at mid level, I can be at senior level. If I am going to chase every third job which is non-existent, I am practically wasting 1/3 of my time where I am spending on getting hired by the prospective employer. Forget that. More importantly, why do we apply to multiply jobs? We apply to multiply jobs because we also know that the hit rate is not going to be 100%. You and me know that only if we probably get about 3-4 interviews, we can notch up one interview until the final round and then get hired in that particular role. So we need a cushion of about 3-4 positions actively in case we want to change in the near future. If we are going to change the near time horizon, say 3 months, 4 months down the line, you need to have at least 4 jobs to be applied for, probably at least 2-3 interviews, and in the 2-3 interviews, one interview will probably culminate an offer. That is also in a very, very optimistic situation. If you are looking at a pragmatic or pessimistic situation, maybe you probably need to apply for, if it is a tough job market, you need probably chase even 7-8 jobs just to get hired in a single role. So that is a kind of paramount importance which applying for a job holds for anybody who is a serious candidate who wants to be hired. So with that being the situation, chasing such ghost jobs, non-exist jobs is something which we should desist from. So for that, first we need to understand that such a thing exists in the job market. There are ghost jobs out in the market. Every company, be it a good company, bad company, reputed employer, an employer who is rated great by independent employment surveys and things like that, everybody posts ghost jobs. So how do you really identify a ghost job if you are a candidate? Firstly, the job description is very, very vague. If you probably click open a job posted on a LinkedIn or a Naukri or wherever, and you really don't see a very, very detailed job description, a job description which talks very, very clear about KRAs, about whom you are reporting to, what is the hierarchy, what are the expectations from the candidate, what are the roles and responsibilities. If you don't have all these details and probably you just see a few lines, some randomly written stuff, repeating the job description again and again, then it is very, very clearly a ghost job. The job has been posted without the knowledge of the functional or hiring manager. Somebody who is junior in HR, junior in talent acquisition has just posted a job just for the sake of accumulating CVs. That is the first way to identify. The second way to identify a ghost job is if the job is remaining on a particular job portal or your link or any other hiring platform for more than about 60 days, 90 days, that means nothing is happening. It is dead. They're not even looking CVs, they're not filtering CVs, they're not in the hiring process. Nothing is happening at all in those roles. Because if it is a serious role, if it is a critical role, maybe once it is 30 days role or 30 days old or 45 days old, you'll very, very clearly see a notification in probably a LinkedIn or whichever platform saying that this job is already filled. If you're not seeing that for 60 days, 90 days, again, it is just The job is just posted for namesake, it is for some future hire, and it is not a priority hire. So these are some of the ways in which you can probably understand that. Besides, do a lot of research about on the company's homepage, company's job postings page, look at LinkedIn, see if people are moving out of the organization, see if people are sticking out of the organization. I think talk to a few people in the organization, understand from them whether the company is hiring or not. These are the ways which you can probably gather your own intelligence, whether the company is really hiring people, whether there are serious jobs or probably their jobs are just put there for the heck of it and things like that. So do all this, come to a fair conclusion or fair judgment about what kind of jobs you should choose and apply for. There is no point in just wasting your time applying blindly for jobs and imagining that you'll be probably calling for an interview. We're only setting up ourselves for disappointment if you're not aware of this ghost jobs phenomena. And believe me, I'm reiterating the fact that ghost jobs are a stark reality even in the Indian subcontinent. Biased more towards technology companies, but not really restricted to them. It is there even in non-tech companies. For the reasons which I mentioned earlier in this podcast, very clearly. We cannot talk about integrity and ethics in these issues. Everybody's got their own priorities as to why they need to post such jobs and create trouble for the candidate pool or the candidate mass. This is a very critical information I wanted to share with you today. I'm sure it is immensely useful. Extreme amount of company research before you apply for any job is something which is very important, which we should not miss. Never just, even if you look, for example, look at a job which will be suitable to you in a job site, immediately go to that company's website, do some research. You have a number of other platforms like Glassdoor. You have, I'm told, LinkedIn Premium account gives you a lot of information about hiring patterns, the turnover, which positions are being hired and things like that. So use all these social media intelligence before you kind of blindly hit that apply button and trust that there'll be some magic wand which will come and hire you. That is not happening. The probability or the strike rate of your hiring can be improved only by your own intelligence, and for that, the fundamental thing which you need to avoid is to chase a ghost job. This is all the information I want to share in this particular video. I'm sure it is extremely useful. Consider sharing it with your friends and probably share it with people in your WhatsApp groups and things like that. That's all for now. I'll see you soon in another interesting podcast. Consider liking and subscribing this video. Thank you. Have a wonderful career ahead. Thank you.